Hey guys and gals, A here. Welcome to another episode of EDCQ. Today we are talking one of my favorite subjects, belt pouches. If you want to know what specifically and how fancy we really can get, come on back because here we go. All right, guys and gals. So if you have watched the channel for any length of time, you know that I love carrying gear on my belt. I love having a belt pouch. I love having a belt bag. Whatever it is, I love carrying things around my waist, being hands-free because I have two little kiddos, so I can keep up with them, as well as not having my pockets weighted down, so I don't have like 20 things to remember to get out of my pockets before I wash my pants and then my flashlight just got washed or my earbuds. So I love carrying gear on my belt. It just works for me. And I know that the belt sheath industry, there are tons of them. You can get pouches with, zippers. You can get small, you can get big, you can get, Leatherman sheaths, you can get Gerber sheaths, you can get just a generic multi-tool sheath. You can carry your flashlight in a sheath, you can carry a whole bunch of gear or very little gear, but there are so many varieties. And one of them that I have found that I actually kind of lean towards and prefer is the leather kind. So now, I've used alpaca gear. They have the Metro pouch that I really, really like. It's a great way to store more than just like a flashlight or multi-tool or pen, but like some wet wipes, a few Band-Aids, a BC powder, whatever it is, keep a little more gear on you. And that, flies under the radar. It looks like you've got kind of like a cell phone pouch or something on your hip. Maxpedition makes some good ones you can put on your hip. All kinds, like just tons of them. And they range in all kinds of materials, your Leatherman sheath, your Gerber sheaths, they kind of look like kind of like a fabric-y material, Cordura, something along those lines. But there's something about leather. There's something different about leather, about wearing, leather on you. It feels good, it looks good. And that has kind of been one of my favorites and one that I keep going back. And I have done a video on this. I actually think it was one of the first videos I did. I love this thing. You can tell on the back. I mean, just look at how much this has been worn and used. You slide your belt through here, comes back out on this side. I have a little dangler here. You shine a flashlight on this and it glows. And it stays on here because this still gets carried a lot. I absolutely love this one. I put a multi-tool in here or a larger size pocket knife. I put a pen in here and then I put a flashlight on the end, and it works so well. It's held up. I've had this thing for years. Absolutely love it. And it hugs your body. I wear it on my hip over here, so it stays flat against me. My shirt comes over the top. Sometimes you might see the bottom of this, but even if you do, it's a leather sheath. It's holding gear. And so, I don't know, I just love it. This just works so well. It stays slim, even with gear in here. I mean, you see the flashlight sticks out the most. It's just very slim, kind of hugs your body, contours to your shape. So excellent, lightweight, thin, organize your gear, get it on your belt, get it off your person. Love this, use it, and I love it so much. I actually bought a second. I have a spare, and this one has not been carried. So it's still like package ready to go. Whenever this one kind of wears out, this will be used, but I don't know if this one's wearing out, so this might just sit in my drawer forever. But so I have two of those. Absolutely love them. Super cheap, 15, 20 bucks. Super cheap, great way to carry your gear. So can't go wrong with those. Then my husband got me this one for birthday, Christmas, something. So it's a little more rigid. Has some Velcro here so you can rep your patches if you want. And the reason he got me this is this loop right here. So this one, you have a belt loop on either end, and so it can kind of bow out at times, and it'll kind of scrunch up together, and it causes it to kind of push away from your body. Like if you have a belt loop on your pants here and here, then it'll keep it stretched and out. But if you don't, they'll kind of start riding together. So this has that third belt loop here. So it kind of helps you keep it flat and keep it from scrunching up together. And this one, you do have the loop here for an item. You have the loop here for an item. This one is open-ended, so something can stick out the bottom. Then you kind of have a little pin loop right here as well. Very nice. As you can tell, I haven't actually worn this much. I have loaded it up with gear, but it's tight because it's new and it's leather, and you need to use it. Like, you need to let the leather hold your gear. You need to work with it, and then things come in and out like butter, and it'll conform to your items. I haven't done that with this yet. I literally just need to like stick a knife or a multi-tool, a pen, and a flashlight and just let it sit for like 2 weeks and kind of let it get used to my stuff. But this one is made by Viperade, very popular brand for organize their pouches and stuff. So awesome option here. Can't really speak to quality because I haven't used it, but it does feel much more rigid. Now, having said that, this has been used. It's very supple. This one has not. And this feels more rigid than mine that I've used, but less rigid than this. So just kind of, you know, different strokes for different folks. Minimal in size, as you can tell there. It is smaller in size. So, you know, just another option. And then this one I've actually carried a good bit. So this I got for a specific purpose. You do have a little dangler here that you could put something. I think it's actually meant to clip a tape measure. So you could use this as a handyman or someone who needs a tape measure frequently. You do have a little keeper here. Still have the belt loops on either side here. And then you have the belt loop in the middle for extra stability and keeping it pressed against your body. But I got this for a specific purpose, as I said. Multi-tool, large pocket knife, pen right here, flashlight right here. Both of those are open-ended, so you can have a longer item. And then this loop right here is for my Leatherman Raptors. I freaking love scissors, love having them on me, love using them to cut stuff. And so I got this for that purpose. Knife for multi-tool, pen, flashlight, Raptors. Love it, works well, holds it all great. The only reason that I didn't carry it was it added a significant amount of bulk, throwing the Leatherman Raptors in here, and it was just too large for me. Like it bulked it up too much. I do still occasionally wear it if I really want my Leatherman Raptors on me, but it was a lot. It was a lot. And normally if I'm carrying my Raptors, I'm carrying a pocket knife. I don't need the multi-tool because I've got scissors. So, and this one is by Catch and Craft. So just some varieties. Love them, love the way they feel, love the way they look, but that's not what I'm talking about today. Those are the ones that I've tried and I have used. I got a new one a little over a month ago, and I've been carrying it consistently since. I carried it for like a week or so, took a break, didn't carry it, missed it, went back to it, and it hasn't been off my waist since. And now all of these here are like 25 bucks or less. So super affordable. Find them on Amazon, a dime a dozen, yada, yada, yada. The one that I got, I paid good money for. This thing was not 30 bucks. It was like 130 bucks. Maybe not quite that much, but close. This is Tale of Knives, and I have seen them for a while. I have eyed their stuff. I like the looks of it, but like I said, this is like 120 bucks. So it took me a very, very long time to order it. I ordered it, I got it, I loaded it up with a multi-tool, a pen, and a flashlight, and I wore it. And like I said, after about a week, I was done. It's like, not for me, not for me. And somehow, some reason, I tried it again, and I left out the pen. And I don't know why I left out the pen, but I left out the pen. There's no pen in this hole. And I used a different multi-tool, I used a different flashlight, and fell in love with this item. It works great. It is literally so thin. It is the thickness of the items that I'm carrying. And unlike everything else I have shown you, it has a belt clip. So this is easy on, easy off. I can literally pop it on my belt. I could take it off. I can pop it on my athletic shorts. I can pop it on my sweatpants. It doesn't matter what I'm wearing. I can throw this on the waistband or on the belt. These, I have to be wearing a belt to use. So that was a game changer. And then look at the form factor we're talking about here. If I'm carrying, you know, I could carry a pen in here. You know, if I had the 3 items here or the 3 items here, which one is taking up less space? Like there's no question about that. And it just feels good. Like you could tell the difference in the leather here. And I love this so much. I ordered another one, and here's why. So I love my Leatherman Surge. It is definitely a top 3 multi-tool for me. And I love my new Leatherman Arc. And this is actually the free P4. So the first time I used this, I tried the Leatherman Arc in it, and it just didn't fit. I had trouble getting it back out. And so when I went back to using this item, I grabbed my Leatherman Free P4, which is basically the exact same profile, the exact same size, thickness, yada, yada. But what I did was I took off the pocket clip of it. And instead of sliding it, because the Free series have these things here that release the tools, they stick out ever so slightly. And they fall right here in the hole that you can use to push up your multi-tool, and they get stuck. So I took the pocket clip off, and the reason I had to is the pocket clip is on the opposite end of those. So took the pocket clip off and slide it in, you know, what would be upside down. So these locking mechanisms stay above the multi-tool, and now I can just push it straight up, no problem. Now my Leatherman Surge does not fit in here. So I did order another one. I ordered the XL, which is going to allow me to carry my Leatherman Surge. Might even be able to carry my Arc with the pocket clip on. If not, when it comes in, I will be removing my Leatherman Arc's pocket clip, and it will be what I carry in my new sheath. I also got the flap on it. They do have some that have a flap with a snap on it. So I did get that, just so if I do carry my Leatherman Surge in it and then I go to a different multi-tool, it will be too large for that multi-tool. If the leather adjusts to hold the Leatherman Surge, when I put another multi-tool in it that is a smaller size, it will not grip it well. So the snap's going to save me there. I can just buckle it in. No, I'm not going to lose a multi-tool that way, because I will be carrying my Surge, but I probably will also be carrying my Arc. So as I flip back and forth, I don't have to worry about the leather not holding the item. I don't intend on carrying a pin in it. I believe it has a pin slot as well. And then this, I ordered the flashlight hole to be the 0.91 millimeters, which they have a smaller one. They have the 0.91, and then they have an over 1 inch diameter. And so in here, I have my Olight. This is the Arcfeld laser. And so that actually, this rectangular light fits really well in here. Fits really nicely, but I want to carry a different flashlight, one that I've actually fallen in love with. It has a lot of features, a lot of cool stuff, and it will not fit in here. So on my new one, I ordered the XL so I can carry a Surge, and I ordered the flashlight hole to be the 1 inch diameter, so it'll hold the largest, you know, EDCing flashlights, pocket flashlights there are. So between those two, I'll be able to carry the Arc and a flashlight that I'm not going to talk about yet because I haven't reviewed it yet. And that should be my perfect carry. And I'm going to be able to slide it on and off my belt. I will still use this one because this works perfectly with an Olight. With pretty much most of my other flashlights, this works really well with. And, you know, it works with the Free P4. It works with the Leatherman Wave. Works with so many other flashlight or multi-tools I have. Or even just pocket knives. I could throw a pocket knife in there. So this will continue to be carried, but I am eagerly awaiting my new one to come in. You are going to pay more for Tele knives, but to me it's worth it. Just look at the profile, look at the leather craftsmanship. You can see the sewing of the thread, you know, the thread, how good those are. That little indentation, see if I can see it again. That little indentation right there is from the pen I was carrying. So, I mean, it's real leather. It's going to patina. It's going to look nice. It's going to age well. I just like it. And, I mean, this does too. Look at that. I mean, that is some leather that is worn. Looks good. I like leather. I like belt pouches. And these are just freaking awesome. And something I hadn't mentioned yet, but with these being belt clips, if I am carrying a bag, I have actually slid the belt clip across the strap and kind of had it hanging on the bag. Or you can actually even slide that through Molly and so kind of clip it to the bag itself. I pretty much wear it on my waist, but I did try it out on the bag and it worked well. It kind of moved a little bit on me just because the belt loop is meant for a belt, not a bag strap, and it was a narrower bag strap. But that worked, and the weight of it just kind of held it down on top of the bag. Lots of flexibility, lots of use. You can obviously easily just toss this into a bag if you're carrying it and didn't want it on your waist, whatever the case, but highly recommend them. Tela knives, I will have a link down below. Tons of options, tons of designs, tons of colors. You can order stuff that's ready to ship out, or you can custom order stuff. So pick your leather, pick your thread color, you know, pick what items you're gonna have in it. Like, really cool. Definitely check them out if you haven't. Tela knives, highly recommend. Store your EDC gear in a cool and fancy way that is going to age better than you do. Thanks so much for hanging out with me, guys and gals. I will be back with new content soon. And remember, EDC, EDC.